yeah, it's sort of almost like a lost art these days, writing this kind of material. And it was fantastic because I've toured with the Barbed Wire Boys, the Norwegian boys, quite a few times there in Norway and Sweden, and they are big fans of Aussie rock, and they've got their own CDs, their own albums out, and very much influenced by Aussie rock. So obviously we got on great together, and we also became very, very good friends. So the boys said, well, look, why don't we get together and do something together, when you're over here again. And we'd spoken about this for a couple of years. And last year I was touring in Scandinavia again. And so it was an opportune time for us to get together. And we went into the studio and we recorded the 4-track EP Wild. And one of the songs on there is pretty special as well. We were talking about doing a 12-bar rocker because you can't go wrong if you want to do a 12-bar rock and roll song. It's always goes over great, and I hadn't done it in my set for a long, long time. And we were talking about writing a new one, and then I remembered a song that I used to do that I wrote way back with AC/DC called Sunset Strip, and we used to do it all the time. And we were going to record it for our first album because we'd already recorded quite a few songs for the first album before I split and Bon Scott joined, and he re-recorded some of the songs that I'd already recorded with them. But the song Sunset Strip we were going to do, and AC/DC actually recorded the same arrangement, but Bon Scott changed the lyrics and called it Show Business. So Sunset Strip never got to see the light of day. So I said to the boys in Barbed Wire, listen, I'd love to do a rearrangement of Sunset Strip and finally record the song, which we did. And so I just rearranged the music, and most of the lyrics that I'd written, and the melody, of course, that I'd written for the song remains the same. So Sunset Strip is also one of the songs on the Wild EP, so it makes it pretty special in that regard as well.
Dave, the EP, as many folks already know, which you touched on before, contains a never-before-recorded version of the very early AC/DC tune Sunset Strip, which, as we all know, later morphed into Show Business and was included on the High Voltage album. Now, have I got the story correct about Sunset Strip? You're about to go on stage at a Checkers gig. You don't have enough songs for the set. Mel played a 12-bar tune of his during that gig. You pulled out some lyrics, and after the show you wrote permanent lyrics to that tune. Yeah,
we didn't have enough songs. Our first gig, Checkers nightclub, and Malcolm just said, hey, look, just write some titles of songs and stuff down, and look, I'll just start something, and Dave, you just come in and make up a song on the stage. I said, cool. Okay, that to flesh out the night, but I said, look, let's do like a traditional 12-bar. It's just traditional. So let's do one of those, and I'll just write the song. And so I just put Sunset Strip down. I didn't know, and just during the set, when we sort of were running out of songs and that, I just said, and here's a 12-bar rocker called Sunset Strip, and Mel just played the traditional 12-bar thing, and I just sang the song, on the spot, and it went over great. And it was a 12-bar rocker, and so we kept it in the set. We always did Sunset Strip, and we were actually going to record it when we were recording our first LP. But as I said, I split from the band before we'd finished the LP, and Bon Scott came on board, and they played the traditional 12-bar thing, and Bon Scott fitted in Show Business into it. So I thought, oh, well, that's sort of lost, Sunset Strip. And I never really thought too much about it until, as I said, I was recording with the boys there late last year, and it just came to mind. I thought, the fans know about Sunset Strip. It's been talked about, and, that sort of thing. And I thought, well, look, the fans know of the original, like Sunset Strip that we did, and they know it. So I thought, well, look, I'm going to make it into a real song, just rearrange the 12-bar rhythm. And I wrote only a few new lyrics to fit in with it, and so Sunset Strip now is a real song. So, and it's on the Wild EP.
It is, and those lyrics from memory. I'm walking with my baby, down the Sunset Strip. Now, am I correct? When you penned this, early 74, Sunset Boulevard and I guess West Hollywood would have just been places you'd all seen on TV, right?
Oh, yeah. It's very famous, as you know. We all knew about it. I'd never been there. But since then, I have been to the Sunset Strip, and I've been walking down there with my baby, by the way. I wrote the song first and then live the experience later.
Well, mate, by releasing Sunset Strip, you've added effectively another chapter to the AC/DC story, ironically one which harks back to the earliest days. And, you know, it is great 12-bar rock and roll, which makes you want to dance, which really is what good music's all about. So I love that.
Yeah, sure is, for sure, man.